Hello everyone, I am Professor Jayashree Teli, Department of English. I am working in BVVS Danamadevi Arts, Commerce and Science Women's College, Mudor. Today I am going to discuss one of the famous short stories of Jhumpa Laharis, When Mr. Pizada Came to Dine. This story is the syllabus for BA second semester optional English. Jhumpa Lahiri is an American author known for her short stories, novels, and essays in English language. Her full name is Neelanjana Sudeshna Lahiri. She was born on 1967 in London, England, to mother Tapti and father Amar. They are Bengali couple who migrated to the United Kingdom from Calcutta, India. Lahiri's father, a university librarian, he opted to relocate to the United States for work. As an adult, Lahiri continues to write short stories based on her own struggles as an immigrant child. In 2000, she received the prestigious Pulitzer Prize for the interpreter of melodies. It is her debut work, the short story collection, which includes When Mr. Pizada Came to Dine. It depicts individuals trying hard to succeed in their adopted homeland, the United States. Let us move towards the story. The main character of the story is Lilia. Lilia is a 10-year-old daughter of an Indian American couple, and she is the narrator of the story, and the whole story is narrated from her own perspective. The story takes place in the autumn of 1971, at a time when there was a civil war going on between East Pakistan and West Pakistan and including India. Her parents, who had recently migrated to America, they were living near a university north of Boston. Lilia's parents had the feeling of separation and they were missing their homeland. So they seek out names similar to their own in the university directory. And they found Mr. Pizada and they invited him to their home. This is how Lilia's parents found Mr. Pizada. Mr. Pizada is from Dhaka. He left behind his wife and 7 daughters for a fellowship to study the foliage of New England. Foliage, it means study of plants. This foliage term is quite symbolic as the same foliage was about to happen in East Pakistan, means Bangladesh as well. Since his fellowship provided for only a meager dorm room, so he would used to visit Lilia's home to dine. And they used to watch the news of Indo-Pakistan war. During that time, Dhaka had been invaded by the Pakistani army and torched and shelled. Thousands of people were tortured and killed. At this site, Mr. Pizada, he would used to bring candies for Lilia every day. Mr. Pizada, as I said you, he belonged to Dhaka and was a Bengali. Thus, there was a strong bond between Lilia's parents and Mr. Pizada because of the same culture, same language, food and attire. And Lilia calls Pizada the Indian man. But Lilia's father explains her that Pizada is no longer Indian. Though he is Bengali, he is also a Muslim. He also said Indian independence movement, after winning independence in 1947 from England, the country was divided into two. This partition put Hindus in India and Muslims in Pakistan. Lilia's father also tell her that during partition, violence erupted between Muslims and Pakistan, but Lilia, who is 10-year-old girl, can't understand this. Lilia's father complains to her mother that their daughter is unaware of current events of India. But here, Lilia's mother is proud that their daughter was born in the United States, where that she is an American. Here, she is assured a safe life, access to education, and endless opportunities. And there is no need to think about curfews, riots, mass killing, poverty, and so and so. So, that statement of Lilia's mother made in the father of Lilia marks the reason why a large number of diasporic people, diasporic means migrated people, had to leave their motherlands, though it is quite difficult for anyone to do so. The communal clashes and poverty and other such issues were the main reasons for the migration of people to developed nations. Lilia starts searching for differences between her parents and Mr. Pizada, though she hardly finds any. This strangeness of the culture of the Indian subcontinent is quite common among the first generation of Indian Americans. Being born in America, they are more aware of American history, language, and culture rather than that of their parents. Jhumpa Lahiri has also suffered the same, and this is well reflected in this story. Mr. Pizada tells that in Dhaka, he owns a 3-floor home and he has 7 daughters whose names start with A. Every evening, the TV turned on and the news of Bangladesh becomes the center of attention. Lilia also pays attention to the news broadcast and wondering if they would catch a glimpse of Mr. Pizada's daughter, but only images of tanks and clamoring refugees fill the screen. On the other side, Mr. Pizada is worried because he has not heard about his family since last 6 months. So he was so upset. The war becomes more violent. Pakistani army does all types of atrocities on the Bengali people. At school, Lilia is assigned a presentation on the surrender at Arctown with her friend Dora. While at library, Lilia tries to read about Bangladesh. Her teacher, Mrs. Kenyon, and she saw Lilia that who was reading about Bangladesh, so that Lilia is chastised by her teacher, Mrs. Kenyon. The news from Pakistan dwindles as the reports are censored. A death toll is announced, more poets are executed, and more villages set ablaze. In spite of this, Mr. Pizada often stayed until midnight, playing Scrabble, drinking tea, and joking about the spelling of English words with Lilia's parents. On the other side of the world, a nation was being born. In October, the day of Halloween comes. Mr. Pizada asks about the pumpkins on the doorsteps of Lilia's neighbors. Lilia tells him about, as I said you, in October, the day of Halloween comes and Mr. Pizada asks about the pumpkins on the doorsteps of Lilia's neighbors. Lilia tells him about the festival Halloween Eve, and this is the 3-day celebration. It is dedicated to remembering the dead, including saints, martyrs, and all the faithful departed. Mr. Pizada joins the family to carve a jack-o'-lantern out of pumpkins brought by her mother. Jack-o'-lantern are traditionally carried by geysers on Halloween Eve. in order to frighten evil spirits. However, soon the news of Dhaka flashes the TV and the knife in the hands of Mr. Pizzada slips, creating a gash in the pumpkins. Lilia dresses as a witch for Halloween with her friend Dora. It is the first year she is allowed to trick or treat. Trick or treat, it is a customary celebration for children on Halloween Eve. Children go in costume from house to house asking for treats such as candy and sometimes money. Mr. Pizzada worries, asking her parents if there is any danger. Lilia's mother assures him that it is only an American custom. Lilia also tells him not to worry. The worry of Pizzada is perhaps more about his own daughters when he makes this statement. Lilia remains upset the safety of Mr. Pizzada's family. Every night she takes out a candy which are given by Mr. Pizzada and keeps it in her mouth. For her it is a kind of prayer and she follows it every night. The prayer of Lilia is quite new and does not match to any customs of established religion. This reflects how the first generation having new country, culture and language quest for new types of beliefs. In January, Mr. Pizzada returns back to home. After several months, Lilia's family receives a letter from Mr. Pizzada. He is reunited with his family who were kept safe from harm by his wife's family. He thanks their family for their hospitality. Lilia's mother makes a special dinner that evening, but Lilia does not feel like celebrating because she misses Mr. Pizzada. Upon knowing Mr. Pizzada and his family, Lilia gives up practice of keeping candy in her mouth. Okay, this is the story of when Mr. Pizzada came to dine. I hope you enjoy this story. Thank you.